After 2 successive victories at the Palace, the Pistons are all smiles again. A complete team effort and inspired play as the season winds down have truly shown this team's character. Tonight, though, it's back on the road, this time in the Windy City. The Pistons must continue with maximum effort to repeat their recent success and finish the season strong.
There had been quite a few 50-point games that year. For some reason, the guys had, put up 50, and I had, had some 40-point games, but had never eclipsed the 50 mark.
For the starters, the Detroiters look this way. Billy Owens up front, feeling better with the sore leg, and in the backcourt, it's going to be Jerry Stackhouse, Chucky Atkins.
The Bulls have yet to figure out Jerry Stackhouse. 6 of the last 7 games between these 2 teams, Jerry Stackhouse has led the Pistons in scoring.
And it wasn't that I was going in thinking that, but I felt like I was going to have one game during the season where everything just kind of clicked for me. I got there, and the first, it was jumpers going.
Stacking the pull-up. Got it! Just inside the arc, so a good start for Jerry. He was 11 of 21 shooting the other night. Then gave it up wisely. Stacked for 3. Count it! He's got the first 5 points for the Pistons. Whenever
you get jumpers going early, normally you try to work the game inside out. You try to, get on the post, get a couple going, and then, but this game, the jumpers were falling early, and from there it was just like I knew it was one of those nights.
Well, Jerry Stackhouse flying out of the blocks to start this ball game, 4 of 6 shooting.
Here, Fred, he's just beating his defender down the floor. As you look at him shoot the basketball, no one's guarding him. Time and again, open looks, and here after a solid defensive play, the solo.
At that particular time, the game before, I was 11 for 22, so obviously I was, on a pretty good roll, and tonight was my night to kind of really have a special night, something to really remember from that year.
Out of the hands of Miller to Wallace, Stack, open court again. On the throwdown, he's got 16. Stackhouse fires. Good again. Is he feeling it or what? He's got 18 in the quarter. Working inside against Benjamin, the fall away. 2 more. 20 in the first quarter for Stack.
The guys was feeding me. I was getting it in transition. I was getting easy opportunities on the break. And next thing I know, it's early in the second quarter, and you 20, getting close to 20-some points. So it could be that night.
And that was all Jerry Stackhouse. Almost all by himself. 24-20. He outscored the Bulls by 4. And now you got to wonder how long he can keep this hot hand.
I had a lot of quick starts, during the course of that year, to the point that where maybe teams going in the half and they make adjustments and they start forcing and taking the ball out of my hand and, making me, pass to somebody else. But I think for some reason I still had a lot of, one-on-one opportunities. And it was, like I said, one of those nights where it didn't really matter who was guarding me. I was scoring the basketball and was in a rhythm and knew that, when the ball left my hand, it had a really good chance of going in.
Stack, a launch. Got it for 2. 5 to shoot. Got to hurry now. Stack inside the arc. Buries it. Career high, 47 for Jerry Stackhouse. There you see the top scoring efforts in Piston history. 3 of the 4 50-plus games. Trapuka's the most recent. So Stack is 13 away from that number.
I didn't know what the record was. Obviously, that wasn't my goal to break, Kelly's record. I wasn't thinking about it. Like I said, I was trying to just get as many points as I can.
Cleaves on the hurry up, inside to Stack, lays it in. Into the crowd now, wanting to see Jerry Stackhouse get 50. He's 1 point away.
Going into the game, and some of my buddies and whatnot, like, you're gonna get 50, and a few guys had 50 that season, and and I think that's when I really raised my hand up in the air, was when on the 50th one, because I finally got 50.
Down the floor to Stack. Here comes 50.
In dramatic fashion. He's only 5 away from the Pistons' all-time record.
A smattering of cheers here, a 20-second timeout. Well-deserved, Stack.
Coming to the bench, I don't know. Somebody may have told me that the record was 56, and so now I just got to try to find a way to get 7 more points.
You think the Pistons don't know history? In the huddle, the players and coaches talking about 5 away from Kelly Trapuka's franchise record of 56. effort splitting the D. Ben Wallace got a piece of that. Should be his 6th block. Stack again. Why not? 2 more! 53! No man's land. Owens, Cleaves, you know he's going to give it up to Stack. Of course he does. Block, goaltend, count it. 55! 1 field goal away from the all-time Pistons scoring record.
At that point, I was going for it, and I had a lot of guys, and one guy in particular, you know, Mateen Cleaves, was going to make sure that I got it.
Cleaves on a steal, looking for Stack. He says, come on, I'll find you, big fella. Stack with a jumper. Rebound Wallace. Another chance. Stack again. Get a hop out of bounds to Chicago.
That was special when you having a special night like that, and you got guys that really want to see you happy.
Thrown away. Down the floor. Stack if you can catch it. The record.
57.
And it came apropos on the open floor dunk for the all-time Pistons scoring record.
It was a special night, man. I can't look back and wow, I was getting it that night for sure.
It'll be a fun short ride home as Jerry will tell the tale of 57 points for Jerry Stackhouse and everybody on that ball club enjoying that one. 57 and oh yeah, a ride to the locker room for the Rook.
He jumps up on my back. I carry him to the locker room, and that's like, for someone who hadn't seen the game, they thought that he had 57 that night. And so that was one of the special moments from that night, more so than the points, but just kind of with the tough things that we was going through that season, that we still had a real connection as a group.
He had 24 in the first quarter, 5 in the second, 12 in the third, and 16 big ones in the fourth quarter to surpass Kelly Tripucka as the Pistons' all-time single-game scoring leader.